In today's lecture, I will take you through the process of writing academic essays and academic papers of publicable or publishable quality. Now, what do we understand by publishable quality, publishable papers? If you are in your final years of academics or academic life, or even a research scholar or doing your postgraduate studies. Now, I am sure at some stage or the other you have been told about the need for publishing a paper, and in academic jargon we call, or we desire rather, publication in a refereed journal. A refereed journal is that journal that has a process of certain experts going through your submission, the paper you have submitted for publication. So, of course, it is most important to identify the kind of journal you would want to publish in, right. So, for example, if I want to publish, then I should look for those kinds of journals that are interested in the areas that I research in or I work on. Likewise, if you work in the area of, let us say, metallurgy, you should be able to publish in journals of metallurgy, in journals of applied mechanics, in journals of all these areas that are related to your domain of study or domain of interest, environmental sciences for example, social sciences for example. There are excellent journals of economics as well. So, what I am trying to tell you is that first identify where you want to publish. If you are serious about your academics and pursuing a life of academics, then there is no way that you can ignore this aspect of writing. So, it is not enough that you know how to write a descriptive essay, it is not enough if you know how to write an argumentative or analytical essay. All these things, knowledge of these things should lead you towards writing a good dissertation, of course, and finally a good publishable paper, a good paper which has some kind of worth that will be referred to and cited by future scientists and experts in your domain. So, that is what we understand by a refereed publication, a publication which is reviewed by a bunch of experts, and then they give certain suggestions where you can improve your paper, the quality of your paper, the language of your paper, and if you satisfy all the conditions, and of course, if your paper has that kind of merit, it will get published. And let me tell you, it is an enormous achievement to get published in refereed journals. That is what all of us should be moving towards. So, once you identify a journal that you want to publish in, you must define what you want to work on. Of course, you already know what you work on, the topic you want to work on, but narrow it down. Okay. Try to define or redefine the subject of the essay. Let me tell you at the outset, writing on vague and imprecise topics and subjects is always dangerous, whether it is an academic essay or a report or a publishable essay. You have to be very clear about what you are writing. It is your responsibility to try and define the subject and understand it thoroughly and then approach it. Ask yourself, what am I trying to do? What am I supposed to do here? Remember the verbs: analyze, define, you have to compare and contrast, you have to argue. All these things help you in developing approaches to writing something. And once you have analyzed the way the question is worded or your subject is worded, you can begin to develop your ideas. Always make notes and research. Read a lot. Reading is a very complex skill. People find it difficult to sit through textbooks and lengthy books. Okay. Nowadays people have very short attention span, and going through textbooks of enormous lengths is a difficult activity in itself, but try to do that. That is what is going to help you in the long run. The more you read, the more you will understand what experts are working on. Again, it is important that as you read, make notes, keep records of all your materials, including bibliographical details. It is very important to always look at the bibliography of published sources and materials. You never know what important thing you may come across, what important work or a published journal or a book chapter you may come across that you can use in your dissertation or in the paper that you are trying to publish. Of course, it goes without saying that all citations should be made when you are using someone else's language and ideas. Never try to pass off someone else's language and ideas as your own. That is plagiarism, and that always leads to serious consequences. When you are writing a dissertation or when you are writing your a paper that you wish to get published, remember to make appropriate sections. Your mentor, your supervisor should be able to help you, but there are various guidelines that are available on the net also that you can use, but it is always if it is one of your early papers and you have not done much writing before, it is always advisable to take someone else's opinion, someone who is more experienced in these areas. And then remember, you have to make a very strong introduction and a strong conclusion. Traditionally, an academic paper has 6 to 7 main sections. It is always you need to have an abstract, you need to have an introduction, your methodology should be clearly defined and spelled out. You have to, the body of your essay should go at length, you should go at length to explain the method that you have followed, and I am basically talking about papers that are more scientific in nature. Yeah. Also, in certain areas of social sciences, for example, sociology, there too you need to analyze case studies and explain your method in great detail. Then you should be able to talk about your research questions, your results, and an overall discussion, conclusion, and at the end your reference list. Look at this slide, and here I am giving you a sample abstract. The source is given at the bottom, and read it and tell me how good an abstract it is. Noise is a prominent feature of the environment, including noise from transport, industry and neighbors. An important part of noise assessment is the actual measurement of the noise levels. Continuous measurement during daytime was carried out in residential, commercial and silent zone location of Bolpur Shantiniketan areas during June to December 2005. The results show that the noise pollution in the city is widespread throughout most of its area. The noise in this area is composite in nature. Public participation, education, traffic management, structural designing play a major role in noise arrangement. And look at the keywords here. It is talking about noise pollution, Bolpur Shantiniketan, traffic management. These are the keywords. See, please understand that an abstract, a good abstract is very precise about what your paper is all about, what your dissertation is all about. And keywords give the reader an indication of what is going to be at the center of this writing. So, here of course, you have it is a passage on, or it is a write up on noise pollution, and the abstract gives you a good overview of what we can expect from the rest of the essay. So, this is what you are supposed to do: construct an abstract with relevant keywords, and then you can start circulating your abstract. Most often journals want to look at the abstract before they consider publication, but abstract is a must. Let me tell you, even if you send your paper, potential paper for publication to a journal editor, first thing he or she is going to look at is your abstract and the keywords. Not that they won't look at the rest of the essay, but it is also important and that you pay great attention to your abstract. It should be very clear, the idea should be clearly brought about, that what you want to do. For introduction, and it is another important area, you need to follow something called the inverted pyramid. You know what is a pyramid and what it looks like? I am talking about an inverted pyramid structure. You start broad and then narrow down to a specific thesis or research question. That is your inverted pyramid. When we were doing academic essays, we have seen that this structure is very often followed. Remember, your introduction should give suggestion that you have some broad knowledge of the overall topic, and after that you go on to focus on the main point of the paper. Here is an example of introduction. Look at the slide, please. It is taken from another essay. The source is given at the bottom. Please look and read. In the lyrics of their iconic song, I, Me, Mine, the Beatles, you remember the Beatles, the great rock and pop band from Britain. They lament on excessive self-focus, which they equate with an overuse of I talk or the use of first person singular pronouns. Excessive self-focus is thought to form the core of narcissism, an important psychological phenomenon with broad interpersonal consequences. And these are some references already given to work done in this area. Although a connection between narcissism and I talk is highly intuitive, the empirical basis for this association is surprisingly weak. The original evidence comes from a study that Raskin and Shaw published under the title Narcissism and the Use of Personal Pronouns. Based on a sample of 48 participants, the data yielded a positive correlation of 26.1. The goal of the current project was to evaluate the evidence for the link between I talk and narcissism on a large scale by pooling data across multiple labs, language tasks and narcissism measures to generate a more precise understanding of the connection between narcissism and the use of first person singular pronouns. Now, look at the inverted pyramid structure. They begin with the Beatles, I, me and mine, and how Beatles deride the use of the first person singular and how narcissistic it sounds. Narcissistic, it is too much of importance to the self-importance, a sense of self-importance, where also in good writing, I am just digressing a bit, so forgive me, but let me also give you an example that when you, in good writing, if you keep on starting or beginning every sentence with an I, or I think, and in my opinion, or my work and all, every sentence, there are people who talk that way and write that way. It is extremely off-putting for many people. We do not want, generally, we want people who give respect to others' point of view as well. And someone who is so I-centric, obsessed by his own self, he or she is definitely not going to pay attention or pay respect to any other someone else's point of view. So, that is the idea, and look at the way the essay begins so generally, talking about the Beatles, and then gradually narrows down, talking about work done by a couple of experts, and then tells us what the writer is trying to prove here. The idea is that goal was to evaluate the evidence of the link between I talk and narcissism on a large scale by pooling data across multiple labs, language tasks and narcissism measures to generate a more precise understanding of the connection between narcissism and the use of first person singular pronouns. So, see, from the Beatles and from other studies, and then going on to very specific problem, a very specific question. So, this is an example of a superior kind of an introduction. It tells you what the writer is trying to do, the researcher is trying to do. So, this is what this I have given you some good examples, writing an abstract and a sample introduction. Once you are comfortable with these and then you develop the body, you have to give a strong conclusion, and remember always to write several drafts. Writing is a very demanding process. This is not your semi-formal email writing. An academic publishable paper quality of writing demands lot of time, attention, energy. You have to write several drafts, you have to revise them. Always show your work to a friend or colleague or your instructor for suggestions before sending to an academic journal for publication, and always remember to apply a self check for plagiarism. Your colleagues, your instructor may not be aware or may not be able to spot something that intentionally or unintentionally has crept in your work that is not your own. Always apply a self check. Even if you feel your work is very original, it wouldn't hurt if you apply or make it go through the process of plagiarism. You may be surprised that there are occasions when the report may show that there are certain overlaps and you have to revisit and reconsider your writing. Here is a slide, please look at it, references for academic writing and publishable paper. You may please make a note of these very useful sites. All right. Now, let us talk about usage. So, good writing necessarily involves good usage, and I am going to now give you a list of confusable words. We have been doing this for quite a while. Please look at the slide here. Illegible, ineligible, stationary, stationary, discrete, discrete, lightning, lighting, practicable, practical, principle, principle, subtle differences of pronunciation, subtle differences in spellings, but look, they have so much potential for creating lot of confusion. Okay, so let me now talk about something that is that often bothers editors when or peer reviewers when they see some kinds of academic papers. They may have the right kind of information, right kind of references, even vocabulary might be not so bad, but the paper suffers on grounds of punctuation. Yes, we have done quite an amount of punctuation, but it wouldn't hurt if while coming to the end of this course, we do revise little bit of punctuation as well. So, I am sure all of you have heard of that panda. You know what's a panda, who goes to a restaurant, he eats and then shoots everyone around. He is arrested and the policeman demands a sane explanation for what he has done. And the panda declares, well, I am a panda, and a panda eats, shoots and leaves. Now, what do you understand here? Eats, shoots and leaves. Three verbs. You eat, you shoot and you leave. So, that is what I did. Now, here is an example of error in punctuation, or also error in the way we use word categories. Actually, a panda is defined as an animal that eats, shoots and leaves. Now, shoots, what is shoot? It is a form of vegetation, a form of grass. Okay, so, you eat, shoots and leaves, but here this is just a humorous incident and there are an anecdote rather. Shoots is used in verb form. If you take it more seriously, then it has to be taken in a noun form, shoots and leaves. So, that is the humor lies in understanding the distinction between verb and a noun, and also punctuations. So, if you say eats, shoots and leaves, okay, and you can take it as a noun, but you can also take it as a verb. Now, here look at this book, The Zero Tolerance Approach to Punctuation by Lynn Truss. Eats, shoots and leaves. This is a panda standing up punctuation ladder. It is a very popular book. I would suggest that if you are interested in knowing more about punctuations, the writer has taken plenty of examples from higher order literature. So, if that interests you, this is the book for you. Here is the slide. I would like you to look at these sentences, correct the errors in punctuation here. Please look at these sentences. You are 16 today, I have come to take an interest in physics. Here is a great baby's shop. The food was at its best at the party. He, I still can't believe it, jumped into the river. And here are your answers. You are 16 today. I have come, look at the apostrophe missing, come to take an interest in physics. Here again, here is a great baby's shops, not if you say great babies and B-A-B-Y apostrophe S, it looks like baby is great. Here you are talking about a great shop for babies. Okay? So, babies, look at the plural and look at the way apostrophe is used here. The food was at its best. You do not need an apostrophe after it in this sentence. And then look at the way the sentence has been constructed, the last one, I still can't believe it, separated by a pair of commas, jumped into the river. Here is an exercise for you, please look at it. I cannot pretend to know how writing ought to be done or what a wise critic would advise me to do with a view to improving my own writing. The most that I can do is to relate some things about my own attempts. Until I was 21, I wished to write more or less in the style of John Stuart Mill. I liked the structure of his sentences and his manner of developing a subject. I had, however, already a different ideal derived, I suppose, from mathematics. I wished to say something everything in the smallest number of words in which it could be said clearly. Perhaps I thought one should imitate Baedeker rather than any more literary model. I would spend hours trying to find the shortest way of saying something without ambiguity, and to this aim I was willing to sacrifice all attempts at aesthetic excellence. At the age of 21, however, I came under a new influence, that of my future brother-in-law Logan Pearsall Smith. He was at that time exclusively interested in style as opposed to matter. His gods were Flaubert and Walter Pater, and I was quite ready to believe that the way to learn how to write was to copy their technique. He gave me various simple rules, of which I remember only two: put a comma every 4 words and never use an except at the beginning of a sentence. His most emphatic advice was that one must always rewrite. I conscientiously tried this, but found that my first draft was always better than my second. This discovery has saved me an immense amount of time. I do not, of course, apply it to the substance, but only to the form. When I discover an error of an important kind, I rewrite the whole. What I do not find is that I can improve a sentence when I am satisfied with what it means. Your exercise here is to punctuate wherever necessary. This is a passage taken from the writings of Bertrand Russell. If you are interested in good essay writing, and Bertrand Russell was a scientist, a writer, an essayist, and I would suggest that you look up his writings. Please now do this exercise. You can consult your friends, work in pairs or groups as you wish. Here is the answer. Observe the use of capitalization, observe the use of commas and full stops, and also colon. In one of our earlier lectures, we have talked about that whenever there is a list of things or an advice or something like that, you use colon. And see, in one of the last few lines, he says only 2 and a colon, put a comma every 4 words. Yeah, you also pay attention to the use of speech, that is direct inverted commas. Now, I want you to look at these sentences, very common errors. Look at the slide, correct the errors. His hairs have turned grey. There are nice shops on MG Road. You have heard him many times, isn't it? They lost their luggage at the airport. I am going to my native today. Perhaps you feel that you already know all these things, but it wouldn't hurt if we revise some of the things that we have been doing so far in this course. And trust me, there are many people out there who do not know these things. So, perhaps some of you may know the answer, and some you may feel that there is a bit of repetition, but there are still a number of students who get confused in this kind of usage. This exercise is particularly for them. So, let us correct them. His hairs have turned grey. You do not generally use hair in plural. Okay, hair is hair. She has brown hair, not brown hairs. Okay, but there is a hair in my soup. So, there is or I found some hairs in my soup, perhaps, but generally we talk about hair as in a singular, no matter how abundant your hair is. There are nice shops on MG Road. This is an error of reduplication. Nice is enough. You use these things, such kinds of adjective only ones, but some of us have a tendency, especially in speaking, we do make such kinds of errors. Yeah. There are big shops, there are small children running all over. Okay? Avoid that. You see, once you practice speaking and you speak well, it will automatically get reflected in your writing, and it's the other way works as well. So, try to use as correct a model of spoken and written English as possible. You have heard him many times, isn't it? Now, this is an error of question tag. You see the tag at the end of the sentence, isn't it? That's a tag. Now, if the main verb is, of course, main verb is heard, but have is the model here, the model verb here. So, you have heard him and the tag will follow the model verb here. So, haven't you, it's not isn't it. She is pretty, isn't she? This is huge, isn't it? So, that is the way we make our tags. They lost their luggages at the airport. Again, the problem is of the use of plural. Certain nouns do not use plural. For example, we have already done equipment, jewelry, scenery, they always remain in plural. So, no matter how many pieces of luggage you have, it remains luggage. I am going to my native today, a very common error. No, native is rather archaic, no longer used in standard form of English. A better use would be, I am going to my hometown today. And of course, you may always argue that many of us use it all the time, but you are doing this course in order to improve your English. And whenever you have such kinds of doubts that I have been using this structure or this kind of vocabulary all my life, so what's so wrong with it? People understand me fine. Okay, people understand you because they do not know what is the correct usage, and therefore you have taken the course. So, if you feel that you have been using it throughout your life and that is the way you intend to use, I give you your choice for it. This is the correct way. You can always look up the net and find out. I have already given you several links. So, you can look at countable and uncountable nouns all over. You can look at topics like question tags all over, and they will give you immense amount of practice. Several examples where these kinds of doubts will be cleared. Here is a list of words. Please look at it and correct their spellings. Very common spelling errors. Government, questioner, millionaire, millennium, occasion, useful. Please look up your dictionaries. Find the correct meaning and the correct spelling, of course. Exercises, correct the spelling. So, find the correct spellings of these words. Don't always depend on your spell check to help you. Have some kind of control over your writing, good vocabulary, good usage, and some control over the way you spell your words will give you lot of confidence. We have been doing so much of writing, and I am encouraging you now to write a paper, hopefully of publishable quality, and here is a list of topics. Please look at the slide. Write a research article, that means do some research, do some background reading, do some case studies and try to write an article on alternative sources of energy, the growth of supermarket in our country and supermarkets in our country, and managing traffic conditions in our country. All these areas have tremendous amount and scope of research and publication. However, it completely depends on your area of interest. Here is a good starting point and a good area or a good topic to practice, and then later on, of course, I am sure you will publish a lot. Now, let us look at this wonderful short story. Let us look at the slide. This is True Love by Isaac Asimov, another great scientist writer. The story is True Love, and let me read out the story, just an excerpt from the story. Let us look at it. My name is Joe. That is what my colleague Milton Davidson calls me. He is a programmer and I am a computer program. I am part of the multivec complex and am connected with other parts all over the world. I know everything, almost everything. Look at the style, okay, but all of us are not Isaac Asimov. So, let us go easy on this kind of technique and style when we are just beginning to write. And of course, this is a short story, a creative piece of writing, little bit difficult. The style is little different from the way you write your academic essays. But given the fact that it is a short story, it is a brilliantly told short story. I am Milton's private program. He is Joe. He understands more about programming than anyone in the world, and I am his experimental model. He has made me speak better than any other computer can. It's just a matter of matching sounds to symbols, Joe, he told me. That's the way it works in the human brain, even though we still don't know what symbols there are in the brain. I know the symbols in yours, and I can match them to words one to one. So I talk. I don't think I talk as well as I think, but Milton says I talk very well. Milton has never married, though he is nearly 40 years old. He has never found the right woman, he told me. One day he said, I'll find her yet, Joe. I'm going to find the best. I'm going to have true love and you are going to help me. I'm tired of improving you in order to solve the problems of the world. Solve my problem and find me true love. I said, what is true love? Never mind, that is abstract. Just find me the ideal girl. You are connected to the multivec complex, so you can reach the data banks of every human being in the world. We'll eliminate them all by groups and classes until we are left with only one person. The perfect person, she will be for me. I said, I am ready. He said, eliminate all men first. It was easy. His words activated symbols in my molecular valves. I could reach out to make contact with the accumulated data on every human being in the world. At his words, I withdrew from so many men. I kept contact with so many women. He said, eliminate all younger than 25, all older than 40, then eliminate with an IQ under 120, all with a height under 150 centimeters and over 175 centimeters. All right. So, if you are further interested in this story, I would like you to look this up, True Love by Isaac Asimov, a very entertaining story. And here is your exercise. What I want you to do, I want you to attempt an essay. Now, this is not a publishable essay, but an essay that I want you to discuss with your friends, sit in a group and write, let us put a word limit to it, 500 words, on man's relationship to machines in modern society. Man's relationship to machines in modern society. Now, I want you to take you to another area. It's called compound nouns. Look at words like water tank, diesel engine, observe the way we are bringing two nouns together, right? Filter paper. These are called compound nouns. Just a few examples. Motorcycle, policeman, dining table. All these are examples of compound nouns. What are compound nouns? A compound noun, a word that is a compound noun, consists of two or more things joined together. They normally have two parts. The first part tells us what kind of object or person it is or what the purpose is. The second part identifies the object or person in question. So, tank, water tank, engine, what kind of engine? Diesel engine. Paper, what kind of paper? Filter paper, not writing paper. Compound nouns often have a meaning that is different or more specific than the two separate words. So, water has another meaning, tank another meaning. When they are brought together, they form another meaning. Remember, as scientists and as technocrats, you will be using or you will be making frequent use of compound nouns in your scientific and technical writing, because they bring about a sense of conciseness and precision. If you look carefully, you will find that scientific journals contain more compound nouns than any other kind of writing. Please look at the slide, and this is your exercise. A battery car and a car battery. I want you to give definitions of this. A racehorse and a horse race. Satellite communication and a communication satellite. Garden flower and a flower garden. A fishing boat and boat fishing. See how different the meanings are. You just have to reverse the order of the words. And here is another exercise for you. Please look at the slide. I want you to make compound nouns from this or from these phrases. The box for the tools, wire made of copper, plugs with 2 pins, wire for fuse, a factory for making small cars. What should be the compound nouns? And here is your reference. Please look at the slide and do a lot of practice. Go to these links, make optimum use of these references. So, thank you very much.